It's a little Shakespeare here. This one goes out to Hamlet. The first Hamlet the Dane was unfortunately slain. His wife did cry because she lost her guide, but not to fear, Uncle Claudius is here. They quickly got hitched and her mood did switch. But Hamlet wasn't cheerful, so he gave Gertrude an earful. Almost wicked speed to post with such dexterity to incestuous sheets, Hamlet remarked after seeing the funeral meets. At the same time, Hamlet was hitting on his dime, but Polonius was furious and said that Hamlet would be injurious. Meanwhile, Hamlet was taking his time to plot the crime of all time. Hates me to know it that I with wings are swift, as meditation thoughts of love may sweep to my revenge. Use the players as surveyors. The play is the thing where catch the conscience of the king. Even though he was doing the ghost bidding, Hamlet wasn't sure he wanted to be living. To be or not to be, that is the question. The answer though is yes, because he's Christian. Claudius and Polonius find the kids' conversation, and they are shocked to see Hamlet's aggravation. So Claudius thinks it best to send Hamlet west. A little while later, the players did cater to Hamlet's request to kill the king in jest. Upon seeing this action, Claudius did have a reaction. Hamlet knew what to think as he jumped from the ground. I'll take the ghost's word for £1,000. Later that night, Claudius did recite some prayers to try to repent for his previous affairs. But Hamlet could not kill him or else he'd go to heaven, so he needed to wait for the plot to leaven. Hamlet went to his mother's bedroom and was sad to admit he came from her room. After braiding her, the ghost did appear, but to Hamlet's chagrin, his mother could not hear. He then killed Polonius, who's behind the arrow, and as he left, he said, "So again, good night. I must be cruel only to be kind. This bad begins and worse remains behind." Poor Ophelia was in shock from her father's death, and so her behavior became rather grotesque. Not long after, Gertrude blared that she had some news for the rest to bear. One road doth tread upon another's heel, so fast they follow your sisters down Laertes. When Hamlet returned to the state of Denmark, he still had to revenge his patriarch. While talking with Horatio in the cemetery, Hamlet realized all becomes elementary. Their conversation was interrupted by a funeral procession, and Hamlet needed to make a confession. He jumped in the grave with Laertes and said, "I loved Ophelia, 40,000 brothers could not with all their quantity of love make up my sum." After this proclamation, the ending had begun. Hamlet and Laertes started to duel, but pretty soon they were both truthful. Gertrude drank from the poison cup, and Claudius was stabbed right through the gut. On his deathbed, Laertes exclaimed, "He is justly served as a poisoned temper by himself." Horatio wanted to commit suicide, but Hamlet needed him to testify. Just then Ford and Bros came in and was suddenly declared the king. His first act as king was let 4 captains bear Hamlet like a soldier to the stage, for he was likely, had he been put on, to have proved most royal. And so goes the tragedy of a son most loyal.